Joe was an Olympian in 2012. He actually jumped triple clear there. So clear on the cross country and clear in both rounds of show jumping, having made his senior debut, championship debut for Ireland the year before at the Le Moulin Europeans. This horse, Calmaro, owned by Joseph's great owners, Claire and Charlie Mayne and Annette O'Callaghan, who've been together in various configurations with other owners in various groups for horses for Joe. They were top 15 at Pau last year, top 20 at Thorsby, which is the new Belton, if you remember Belton being one of our top pre-5-star events. That's now Thorsby on the results. And he won at the international advanced level at Kilgilkie in Ireland in 2021.
I was doing arena familiarization around the same time that they were riding yesterday. The horse looked super. They were very focused, looked like they had their plan to be here. Just a little bobble in his move off there. He wanted to canter a little bit out of the halt. It's a little unfortunate, but they've made a good recovery. I also feel bad for him. He's sitting on his tails. That by no means counts against you or anything, but I'm sure his whole girls and crew are dying that they would really just like to yank that out and finish the presentation of a gray horse especially. It's absolutely beautiful how clean this horse is, nose to tail.
Absolute shout out to the grooms. They do a crazy busy job. I mean, at home when they might be looking after 20 or 30 in the barn as part of the team of grooms, but there's no less work in bringing a single horse, especially a grey horse, to a 5-star. And half the job is keeping the rider away from it, because the rider's so used to 20 or 30 horses maybe at home are like, maybe I should ride him again. No, leave him alone.
That's right. They turn into your therapist, you know, exactly. I want to know, please tell me that he feels great and that he's happy and quiet, all these things. These girls have so many jobs that they have to do. The horse looks very adjustable and rideable. Could be just a hair more accurate with a few things. We'll see how the walk work goes. I say sometimes when I'm judging something like this, correct but conservative. It all looks good, very correct, but it could just be that one click more to be razzle-dazzled.
It's an old cliche of mine by now, but I genuinely believe that, you know, when you walk Derek's course, when we walk Steve Stevens' course on Sunday, Derek's course for Saturday, they want you to ride forward and attack things. And I think Marilyn and her team, when they designed this dressage test, they wanted exactly the same thing.
Exactly. Forward fixes it, right? Forward fixes everything. Well done. Something has his attention there, but on that, he was patient in that move off, but they really are supposed to look like they take that step backwards and then they strike right off into that canter. So those are just those little things there where you feel like you're leaving a little 0.5 of a point behind.
Let's ride up the grades. I'm lucky enough to have dealings with the Grand Prix level of dressage riders, and they're the same. It's like, we hate that halt and rein back because you can never get a mark in it. You can only lose a mark.
This looks like it would be a very fun horse. His canter is so light and balanced. You can see why. I'm sure it's just as fun to do all of his work with on cross country and show jumping. It's just quite effortless cantering around.
So you might be lured into thinking that Joseph Murphy of Ireland aboard a grey, that maybe it's an Irish sport horse. Actually, this is a German bred by Capellano.
Doing very good riding. He has those nice long legs. He's really have his inside leg on at the girth. He's communicating so much to this horse through his seat and his leg. It's in a what we call a nath bit or bone bit. It's a very light bit. It's for a horse that's very light and sensitive in the bridle, and he's doing an excellent job of, you know, sometimes gentlemen riders are much stronger than they even know that they are, and he's doing an excellent job of being very light and keeping this horse very positive and right there with him.
I asked Joseph on Wednesday, because of course he has horses for Badminton next week, said who's riding them at home. He has Jill, one of his girls, looking after them, but it's also Joseph has a twin brother who's a racehorse trainer, had a horse in the Grand National, and I was like, well, you could have got Kieran on, should be the same. So he's coming down the centre line to complete his test. Irish Olympian Joseph Murphy and Calmaro giving us one of our international rides from the international barn of those who've flown over. Score will be coming up, but in the interim, let's throw it out to the warm-up where Frankie is on standby.